Welcome to Date with Danu right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. Today is a very special show. There's something very unique about Sri Lanka. Even at a time when we don't have a lot of things to give, we still find a way to give it. This thing called Dansal has been coming down for years, and we used to do it all year round. But eventually it sort of came and ended with Vesak and then Posun. But it's such a wonderful feeling to know that communities come together to give food for their brothers and sisters who are in need or who wants to just enjoy a nice meal. Well, this is the tradition where we come from. Let's recreate this tradition by giving to others. Let's speak about this project called Denu today.
Hi, I'm Dheeshana Ameresekere, and we are from the Denu Community Feeding Initiative.
Hi, I'm Shobana Cooke. I'm so happy to be here today. We're missing two more members from our Denu Feeding Initiative, Rekha Krishnamurthy and Sam Soundy, but we're so happy to be here.
So Danu, it's been about 20 years since I did this much of makeup, and it's all for your show.
I'm wearing a sari pin and all dressed up, especially for you, Danu, so you're the only one.
Welcome to the show. So to speak about this amazing project, I have two people joining me. I have Shobi and I have Dee. I'm just going to stop with the full names. But anyway, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
For those who are watching, let's speak about Denu first, then get into the other things. Because the highlight of the show is to promote this project, a project that everyone can be a part of. Everyone knows what is this Denu theme or like understanding. So tell me about it.
So we were inspired by the concept of Annapurna, where there's enough for everyone's need, but not for one person's greed. And in some places in Malaysia, India, and other countries, there are restaurants that have this concept, Annapurna concept, where you go in and you pay whatever it is you can. But you can have a full meal. Sometimes there are even banquet facilities. So we've been talking about this with friends. We're missing two of our partners here today, Rekha Krishnamurthy and Sam Soundy. And we came up with something that we thought would work for Sri Lanka, because we don't have a location that we could dedicate as a pay-as-you-wish restaurant. So we decided to have this jam jar in various restaurants, and people could pay it forward. They could buy 2 teas, and one is for them, and the other one is for anyone who'd like to claim it. It doesn't have to be someone who is really struggling or in a very difficult place. It could be just that, you know, they needed that extra treat today, they have a job. So we have to also break this concept of it's only for the needy. How do you define that, right?
That is true. And sometimes I think the middle class suffers the most. They're in a crucial place where they can't ask, nor they're in a position to beg and borrow.
Correct.
So it's a bit of a hard situation to be in. Dee, tell me, when you all were planning this concept, was it hard to sort of narrow it down and find a way to find a mechanism that everyone can understand and go forward with it?
It was, and we are still in the process of trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. And it's been about a month now, month and a half, and it's exciting because so many restaurants are joining in. Yesterday I managed to sign up another 3 or 4, and we have also asked them to give us feedback on what are the difficult points.
So the restaurants will also have to promote it. Like,
Yes,
would you
correct.
like to pay
Yes.
for another?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and we are telling them to put it on their social media, because it's just an idea that was started with a few friends, and we need supporters. We need other people to pay it forward with this message by itself, and also to go not only to go and give a token, but also to go and redeem a token. So, like you said, people, especially the middle class and the economic crisis that's going on right now, it's been tough.
Correct.
It's been really tough, and for them, it's so normal now to have only like 2 meals, and for them to feel, okay, I can walk into this place and it's okay for me to
do
have
it
that made.
and have no stigma attached to it.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes what we tend to forget is the fact that, okay, the bigger picture, you might have somebody going to a good school, you have the two kids going, you have the parents, you see them coming and dropping them off on a bike or in a
Right.
car. But that is it. That's their framework.
Correct.
There isn't anything luxury. They can't go to a coffee shop and maybe have a cup of coffee,
Correct.
relax.
Yeah.
They might not have the freedom to take their kids to have some ice cream
Yes, correct.
because that goes off their budget.
Sure, sure.
Even they need a place where they can.
Definitely.
And without judgment, that
Yeah.
it's okay. You know, we have to break that stigma where you have your meals, but you're not allowed treats. And everyone deserves to be able to have what they'd like and to try new food. Why is that only the luxury of those who can afford? You know, we've got calls from people who've said, oh, wow, really, like, there are places that have pizza and they're going to give us a pizza. Like, I haven't had a pizza in so long. Can I take a friend and go? Which is so amazing because, yes, maybe they have the money to buy their 3 meals, but they'd
nothing
also
more.
like to have something different. And I think if we have friends who'd like to share what they have, then someone else can benefit. And I think that notion of think of it in a way that a friend you haven't met has bought you something.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful part of it. But you know something about Sri Lanka, but I said it in my intro, even during the toughest times, we still have people opening dansas and giving food without, sometimes when they don't have people stopping by because there's parking issues, they will come to the car and literally shove it in. And that's amazing. Like, where would they give even when they don't have? And like, even if it's just pang and sini sambola.
Yes.
When you think of the fact that they made for 1,000 people, that's a lot of money.
Yes.
That generosity of spirit where you even, you know, go to a house, almost any house in Sri Lanka, anywhere, you know, in a city, in a village, they will always invite you in for a cup of tea. They will always share whatever they have with them. And that's a really beautiful thing. That's something you don't see in everywhere, you
And
know?
during COVID, I think it was, actually you could see this even more because in my house, we have a coast tree and there was so much of course. So we gave it to the people around and usually, you know, you don't even talk to your neighbors or anything like that. And they were like, what do you want? And we were exchanging from our gardens. Someone else gave potatoes, someone gave jackfruit. Like, it was happening and it was such a beautiful concept. And I think it's, like you said, in Sri Lanka, you can see that. Even in a dansala, they will come outside, in the bus is going, they will run behind you and give
They'll
it to
give
you.
you.
So those hearts, it's there. So a lot of people were telling in this concept that we are doing, people will misuse it. You know, how are you going to police this? We are not here to police anybody. We give you the job, you're only planting the seed to please.
Your conscience need to be clear.
Exactly.
Yes.
We'll speak more about it when we do come back. But right now we have a fun segment. This show also, we have to have a balance, okay?
Sure, sure,
Okay.
Right? We have to have
Yeah.
a balance. And this segment is called Hot Seat. Welcome back to the show. I have to tell you something. Dee has a middle name, and it's called Swarna Rajini. So we are going to launch a jewelry range just so we can promote this project, Ganu Denu. Swarna Rajini.
Yes, Danu, you can be the model.
Yeah. Swarna Rajini. Swarna Rajini.
Perfect.
Yeah, and we
I
have
have
a jewelry
always,
maker.
I've always
1948.
wanted to do something like Swarna Rajini. Yeah. I just pictured the commercial. Like somebody comes and gives you a box. Swarna Rajini? Oh. Good jewelry shop, man.
Danu. Yes, I think it's
Yeah.
perfect.
You've given
Yeah,
us
go
an
ahead.
idea.
Yeah, actually, we should do it.
Let's do it.
All right, Shobana, I'm starting with you. Actually, I'm starting with the two of you. We're just going to ask common questions from the two of you because I didn't want to like narrow it down and like grill the two of you together.
Thank you.
If you had to choose a tarot card for the following people, what card would you pick? Okay, Ranil Wickramasinghe.
Oh my. The emperor.
You don't do...
I don't do tarot.
So that's
yes,
okay. This
yes.
question is only for her.
Yeah.
Arjuna Aloysius.
Oh my goodness, Danu.
There's a card called Oh My Goodness.
There should be, especially for this show. It would be one of the. It would be one of the pages from the suit cards. The young.
Tell
Looking
me
for
in a
direction.
way that I can understand.
See, you're asking me about tarot.
Yeah.
I would go with one of the pages.
Searching for direction.
Yes.
Okay. Geeta Kumarasinghe.
You want me to have no way to walk around outside? Okay, in a tarot card, Geeta. Oh, that's a tough one. Queen of Cups.
What cups? Otara.
Tara. Oh my. Queen of Swords.
Okay.
You're going to ask me now, what are these queens and what
I
are
know,
these
you have
pages?
just told me things. We'll have to research about it.
Yes.
Describe Colombo in one word.
Home.
Home, yes, definitely. Madness, but home.
What yoga positions fit the following people? Now, both of you all do yoga, no? Right?
Okay.
Susantika.
What yoga positions?
Susantika.
Yeah.
Tree pose.
No, Asana.
Okay. So she's
Runner.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Is there a pose for that?
Yeah, there is a pose.
Now you can do your research.
Yeah. Kumar Sangakkara.
Warrior pose.
See, she says it in English. Now you'll tell some other word.
Yeah. She teaches yoga, so
Yeah.
she knows.
So hers is warrior pose for him.
pose.
Okay. Rosa Serenayaka.
Tree pose.
You say tree pose.
Mervyn Silva.
Can I give him a tarot card?
Okay, you can give him a tarot.
Yeah.
And not a yoga pose.
Not a yoga pose. Let's have him as a fool.
Okay. If you were to be a fly on a wall, whose wall would you choose to land on?
Ooh, right now?
My goodness. Whose wall? Your wall, Danu.
There's nothing happening, I promise you. You'll be
Your
so...
wall
Yeah.
in your bedroom.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
nothing. The fly will fall asleep and just be like, oh, what a waste.
That's what you're saying. No, we'll see.
Okay, fine. Two things that men will never understand about women.
Then we have to call each other like 100 times, even though we're going to meet each other in 5 minutes.
Also, when you're choosing something, that by picking something sometimes, because do you like this one or this one? No, I like this one, but then what about this one?
Right.
It's like never been able to
Decision-making.
decision making. Yes.
All right. If you were to wake up one morning as Mahinda Rajapaksa, what's the first and last thing you will do?
Go right back to sleep.
Okay,
First and last thing I do.
My goodness, tough questions, no, Danu. First and last.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward, yes.
Pay it forward.
Thank
of
you.
course.
Yeah.
Yes,
Share-
join Ganu Denu.
Share the abundance.
That is
Yes,
true.
Of course.
has huge dancers.
Brilliant. So anyway, the problem is we normally choose a winner.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's okay. You can give it to her.
I was going to
That's
say.
no problem. But looking at that, I would think that it
Yeah.
would suit her better.
both of you all were really bad. Anyway,
You give
sorry.
it to her. That's okay.
Normally it's so easy to choose a winner. But anyway, this is from our friends at Crystal Luxury Wellness. I'm going to give this to the two of you.
Thank you
Maybe
very
next
much.
time you all can just come with your whiskers a bit more
Thank you,
sharper.
thank you.
Yes.
On the other side. Welcome back. We're in conversation with Shobi and Dee. This is Date with Ganu. So, want to speak a little bit about life. Dee, I heard that you had a very strict dad. And you had like a routine to follow every day.
Yes, quite a disciplined life, yes.
So,
I used to wake up
and you had two brothers, right?
I have two brothers, yes. We used to wake up at 5 in the morning and we had to actually study for an hour. And then everything was written on a timetable.
What you should do.
What we should do. So it was a very, very disciplined life. We watched TV only on certain dates.
Wow.
And going out, I had to come home by 9 o'clock. My nanny or amme would come to pick me up while everybody else was still coming to the party. I was the first to show up right on time. The party started at 7. I was dropped at 6:59. And home by 9 o'clock. Yes, quite strict. But I think it's funny because many years later now, my routine is also quite disciplined.
Right.
That has not changed. I have to wake up at a certain time. I have to eat my meals.
Do you still wake up at 5?
5:36, yes.
You pushed it by 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Wow, great thing.
But the discipline, I think, for having it for so long, I have continued.
It has also become part of your life now.
It is, yes, definitely. And I mean, now I'm glad.
Out of the three of you, who used to like somehow find a way to like dodge every day?
That would be me. I used to want my brothers to be a little bit more naughty. Being the only girl didn't help. So, we used to get to write lines. I think most kids had to write lines when they were
do something
punished.
like 100.
I will not, So I used to write, I will not in advance and keep, so that in case, something happens, all I had to do was fill, because I'm constantly filling lines.
So today I have a free day. Let me just write, I will not. I
will not. I used to totally do that. Yes, because my older brother was very studious.
Oh, okay.
So I used to always try to make them do naughty things so that it doesn't, there's kind of a balance. But at that moment, you're so angry for the discipline and all that. But
consider the fact that you will see your classmates like having it more easier.
So it wasn't fun, but in a way now at my age now, 30,
I'm just 5. I'm 5.
I'm happy that I had some kind of structure.
That is true.
Because it helped me to do the work I'm doing today, to run my own business, to operate, and have a set of employees to follow me. I mean,
Are you a strict boss?
I'm strict when needed, but I'm more of a family kind of boss. So even at Teva, we call ourselves the Teva family. I don't like to call them staff. They're team members, and we are a family. I work more on values, and I'm also a spiritual counselor with my yoga program. I studied that, so I have a very open door policy. I always tell them to come and talk to me about their problems. So it's.
But you take time to warm up to people.
A little bit, yes, sometimes. But did I take time to warm up to you?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
I used to be actually kind of scared of you. I'll always speak to like Shobi and like give her a hug and all. I'm like,
oh yeah, she is of course. Yeah.
Oh, do I say
See,
hi to
once you have to come and sit. Yes, I guess I'm not. Maybe I don't look as open, but I'm always, even for my staff, they've been with me, most of them for 15 years of my operation, 90% of my staff. So I'm always, I know if something is wrong, so I will always tell them to come and sit next to me, and I will talk to them, whether it's about their kids or family things. So that family kind of thing is very important to me. And I also give them that guideline, which my dad
sort of
taught me in how to guide their lives, so it's important.
That's amazing. Shobi, how was life for you? You were in Sri Lanka for a very short time.
Yes,
Both of you are Bridgetines, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
My God, from school then to convent.
Yes, convent girls.
You just went from one to another.
Convent girls with long hair up to here.
And all that, two plaits, the whole
And you used to always have 2 plaits.
I had 2 plaits with those green St. Bridget's ribbons. And we had to stand and show our nails. And the sisters came. I wasn't very popular
That is not
with
there
the
anymore, no?
sisters.
Showing the nails thing?
I don't
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Like when I was in grade 1 to start of 3 in Jaffna, it's in Patrick's College, we have to show whether we're wearing an underwear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but right now they'll say they're just being pedo, but we had to like show like, I'm wearing one.
Really?
Yeah.
No, they
Maybe
were very
people
strict
came
in
without
school.
jungies those days.
Yeah, they were very strict. Even at Stafford, you couldn't wear the skirt has to be.
Because the nuns will staple paper.
Yeah, no, but Stafford being an international school, it was the same. I went to Stafford after.
You just had a tough life.
I know, and I had a tough life.
She still has PTSD.
Yeah.
With a bad middle name.
Well, you're going to make money out of my middle name.
Were you like very studious, Shobi, in school?
No, I wasn't very studious. My parents.
But you were very artistic, I was told.
Yes.
Always.
Yes. I liked to draw and paint and kurutuganda and all of that. And my parents, actually not my parents, my mom would always say, no need not to go to school today, we'll go for a movie.
Oh, she's so cool.
Yeah, no need. So almost once a week, I had a day off, other than the weekend.
It's not you have not fallen ill, you just took a day off.
Yeah, she'd write nice
Letters.
sick letters and all that.
Like-
And we'd go shopping, we'd go to the movies.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
nice to have a mom. I think she
Generally-
just wanted to have company.
Yes.
Generally would fall on a day that I had swimming class, which I didn't like.
Right.
So compared to having discipline and routine, my upbringing was very different.
Very casual and movie-like.
Very casual. You don't want to go to school, darling. That's okay. Yes.
But you left Bridget's early.
Yes, I left when I was 9. So that was.
You went abroad.
No, I went to CIS. I was there till I was 12, and then I went to the UK, and then I finished school there.
Right. Amazing. We have so much more to speak about. But right now, we are going to know how much you know each other. You all have known each other a long time. Yes. We do a thing called On a Scale. Welcome back. So you're going to be putting the score for the other person. Okay? All right. How happy are you in celebrating each other's success?
Out of how much?
On a scale
10.
of?
Out of scale. Okay.
You're answering for her, she's answering for you.
Yes.
Please write it big, Shobi. This is not like others
Not
also have to
me.
see.
Okay.
I know.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Can
Jewelry shop has already written.
You want to see?
Yeah. 11. Oh, how sweet. 10. Good. How important is it for you to exercise regularly?
I'm writing for her. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
-1.
And this is the.
Yeah. How good a dancer are you?
How good a dancer does she think she is?
Okay, that's fine.
We'll give her.
9 plus 10.
With a smiley face.
Yeah, so both of you all have rhythm.
We have rhythm.
Of course.
I mean. Now it's been so long since we were dancing, we had to go on a practice.
I know.
How well do you conform to structure?
Not to structure.
Everything is past 10.
Oh, because structure she loves.
Yeah.
3 is actually, she's being kind, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought I'd get like
She's
a minus
okay, no,
one.
Whatever happens.
I thought I'd
she
get a
goes.
-1.
How impressionable are you to other people's judgment? 0. 7.
Yeah.
I
think
don't get. I don't get affected by it.
She said, but you know, they said.
No.
They said.
It's what you
bother
call
me.
throwing under the bus.
Yes,
Okay,
that was
sorry,
throwing under the
Throwing
right
un-
thing.
I must
Yeah,
say,
now the
I'm,
next one.
I'm
I'm going to
giving
get-
this to Dee
Yeah,
for
thank you.
for she being disciplined, for she being an example to the two of us.
And you
Yes,
get
yes,
a 10
discipline.
plus for that.
Thank you. Thank you. That's the only time I've got plus in my whole life.
Because that answer was wrong.
Yeah. But I must say, Dee,
See? Quite bothered. Do you see?
I must tell you, Dee, there was a time when I only championed one certificate, my birth. I didn't have anything for a long time. I was like, my God, my second one will come only when I'm dead. But then I added a few. Let's get into a
added a
break.
few.
Yeah. Let's get into a break. We'll see you right after. Welcome back to the show. So I wanted to speak about Shobi. You were the only child for a long time.
For a long time.
What's the age gap between you and your
7.
brother? 7. So it's
years.
like me and my sister.
Oh, 7.
Yeah. Did you secretly want him dead?
No.
No.
I actually prayed for a sibling.
Same thing. My sister used to keep like statues on mummy's stomach and be like, "Oh Lord, please give." The minute I was born, she was like, "I don't think I want this anymore."
Oh, I prayed for a garden and I prayed for a sibling.
A garden?
Because when I was little, we didn't have a garden.
Did that come through?
Yeah, I got both. About the
You
same
put
time.
the sibling in the garden.
Garden and sibling.
But how was the relationship between you and your brother?
He was like my little doll, like my little, like 7
You
7
abused him.
years. No. He had a wonderful childhood, if I may say so. And we played lovely games.
All dollhouse and things like that.
Well, dollhouse, and then we played this game called Sandy when I had to get him to do things and listen to me when my parents were not there, and he would have to be this little doggy. They'd say, "Sit, Sandy," and then he'd sit for a long time. That was babysitting, as
You
a
really took it literally. Sit.
yeah. So Sandy was very good.
You were into role play at an early age.
No.
I'm telling you, having an eldest who is older than you, like such a gap can be quite traumatic.
Traumatic.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
yeah. But you had short age gaps.
Yes, 1 year difference, my older brother and I, and 3 years younger
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Now, both of you are into this very, what can I say, very refreshing lifestyle. It has positive energy, a nice, clean aura around you, yoga,
thank you,
and
Danu.
all of this. Tell me, how do you keep your mind so focused, clean, without seeing everything that's around you? Because there's so much that is just, ugh.
I know. It's, I think sometimes you have to go through, we have so many chapters in our lives, right? And for me, I think I went through also in a certain point of my life, a very dark period. And you do all sorts of crazy things trying to find yourself. And I think sometimes when you kind of hit the rock bottom, and I always say when your knees hit the floor, you kind of look up. And it was like the faith towards God kind of saved me, I would say. And it took a different path after that. And I changed my life completely. It was like a new chapter. And I think having that faith in God and going more towards on that journey really, really helped me to find my place and to align myself to find in that peace.
But how do you practice it every day? How do you wake up in the morning and say, okay, I will not let these things bother me. I found peace within me.
I think for me, it's a little catchphrase in my mind, something like, be the lotus. You know how the lotus has to grow and thrive in the muddiest of settings, but there is not a speck of dirt on it, there is no water, it's so clear and always reaching up towards the sun. And that image or something like that reminds me, not to get dusty with this world, to just let it be. But it's hard, like all of us, despite us being yoga teachers or having spent a lot of time learning about so much on the wellness and holistic lifestyle. We have emotions, we react, we get upset. But I feel like the practices helped me to to come back and readjust, to realign.
Because today especially there are so many people, especially the youth, who are searching for answers. One, in understanding them. Number two, there are so many labels, so many barricades, categories that they have to fall into and somehow fit into.
And so many pressures, yes.
So it's very hard. So that's why I was asking you, like, if you have to give them an advice, what would it be?
I think just also to be very true to yourself, and things, I believe that now everything is happening as it's supposed to happen. You know, even the suffering, even painful, we all go through so much pain. To remember that even in that, it's a transition. And it's going to transform you. It's not going to last. You will get to the other side. And for me, I think faith over fear is the phrase for me the last couple of years. Faith over fear. There's no question, no matter what happens.
So practicing, of course, you're all guided by the convent, and we went to a Catholic school. We know how, Mass in the morning, we have gone through all of that. From that to today, what do you see that has changed?
For me, I have such an appreciation for those early convent years, even though it was really strict and it was, we thought it was not progressive. Actually, it was grounding, and it gave you like a strong sense of self, and the belief in a bigger system. So in something to bow down to. And I know this is not a popular thing to say, but a spiritual practice, a religious belief, I think is a really important thing. It doesn't, whatever faith it may be, but to have that
sense of connection.
Connection to something bigger, and where the ego can bow down. Podi yoga move, the chin mudra, when your ego touches, when the index finger touches the thumb, your ego has to bend down to the higher order.
It's like when you have cleaned your nose.
I'm not sure about that, but if that helps. Yeah. Ta-da!
Yeah. See, it's good. It's always good. If you have been to a Catholic school, you'll learn things that you would have never thought. Like, see, I never miss wearing an underwear. Like, I'm so scared. Yeah.
Right.
Just.
And I also think, Danu, when you're talking about the youth, like, we grew up in houses, also my dad and mom being disciplined. We went to temple, church, Kovil, like it was interfaith.
It was open,
It was open. From the day I was born, I went to church, I went to temple, I went to Kovil. That was done throughout the years.
Yeah.
Then we had community service that was happening. We had to feed people. From our young days, we were taught all this. The seeds were planted, right? So we grew up, all three of us, with this kind of practice.
Yeah.
That it continued. So I think what you learn at home and how you are brought up matters a lot. Because these are things that you can plant in your children, right? And they will take it, to the next level when the time comes, right?
I was told that you're a very giving person, Shobi.
Oh, I'd like to think that.
She gave me a nose ring.
It was clean. I washed it. I sterilized it.
But it was very sweet. I asked for it like 5 minutes before, and she gave it to me. But the funniest part is, in her mind, she has given me more things, but she just got to know that she hasn't.
That's not true. I think you have forgotten it.
No, I don't forget such good deeds.
We'll give you more things.
That's amazing. Now, we're going to come back and speak more about Ganu Denu, but I want to play a little game, and this is called Yes or No. We tend to come to know the real side to a person with just a little tiny placard. Thank you to our friends at Dialog Power Plant for making this segment possible. Be truthful. Your first question. Never have I ever used a neighbor's Wi-Fi.
Never have I used. So I haven't used, so
So it's no.
It's a no. No.
No.
Oh, that's the first thing I do. I go to free Wi-Fi.
No.
That's the minute I find it, I download all the apps. Sorry, sad thing, no, to say.
My goodness.
I should never confess publicly like
Yes.
this. Never have I ever stalked an ex on social media. No.
There was no social media.
We didn't have social media then.
Different era. Did you all walk past? Never have I ever walked past my ex's house a few times. Never have I ever gone to a party I wasn't invited to.
No.
No.
That's so normal, I mean. Okay. Never have I ever peeped into a stranger's YouTube channel.
Definitely no.
No. I told you.
At least to see what they've been searching for.
No.
Y'all are not curious at all.
That is why we have peace.
I, of course, love to see search
Yeah.
results. Like when you type, like when you search for, like when you go onto their search tab,
Right.
you'll get the things that they're searching for. It's all, you know when they're having double lives. Okay. Never have I ever dined and dashed.
Kala bila duwanda.
කාලා බීලා දුවන්න කියන්නේ
Ah,
ගෙවලා
that
දුවනවා.
have that.
ගෙවලා දුවනවා.
ගෙවලා දුවනවා.
ගෙවලා දුවනවා.
ගෙවන්න
Yeah.
නැතුව දුවනවා.
No.
no.
You know.
Aiyoo. Never have I ever made out in a public place.
No, I'm not a public person.
Yes.
This one, of course, discipline will come. No, this has to be in a confined space. Nowhere in public. Never have I ever kissed a friend. Okay. Okay.
I have to go like this.
You
Yes,
are?
no, yes, no.
Mine is no.
Never have I ever used someone else's phone to stalk someone on FB as I was out of data.
What? I can't even understand the question. No.
You have not used another
We
person's
don't
phone?
stalk. We
stalk
don't use other
someone
people's phones.
Nothing.
We mind
Y'all
our
are
own
just,
business.
Y'all are just a permanent no.
Yes.
But there was a few.
Very boring.
Yeah.
Have you? Never have I ever been to a nude beach.
No, I haven't.
No, actually. But you know, there's
Never
one
have I
that's
ever
out.
stayed in a relationship that I really wasn't feeling.
Never.
Stayed
No.
in a- No, why would I stay?
Yeah, then you leave
Just
eventually.
hold the board and tell me.
We
No,
leave
we
eventually.
Never have I ever given someone a fake phone number.
That have
Yeah,
done.
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
At last. Never have I ever spoken to someone over the phone for more than an hour.
Of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Definitely. So you wanted to know previously why we are having this nice feeling of peace? That is
Because
because of all the
all the
no's.
no's.
Yeah.
Big thank you to our friends at Dialog Power Plan. Now, let me just tell you, their postpaid packages have really become so interesting, and I can't wait to give you some cool information. Now, if you're someone who loves spending time on YouTube, enjoy unlimited YouTube time for just 120 rupees a month. And at the same time, this is something really fancy, especially for the two of you as well. Talk about data rollover. That is, now let's say you have like things that you have not used and you don't want to pay for it just because you know you didn't use it. Why should you pay? You can just take it forward for the next
Pay
month.
forward.
There you go. It
Dialogues with
all
pay forward.
goes in the same line. Dialog Power Plan starts at a price range of just 600 rupees. How cool is that? Now, if you're someone who is looking out for some great benefits, well, this is a package for you. Come to know more details by logging on to their Facebook or their website for more. You can come to know more details on their My Dialog app. If not, just log on to www.dialog.lk. Dialog definitely is Sri Lanka's #1 network. Let's get into a break. We'll see you right after. Do stick around. This is A Day to Time. There's always something brewing, and when you want to do something good, there's always going to be something that's going to be the force that's going to fight against it. Let's speak on this on Dish the Dirt. All right, so although you all have been around Colombo and in Colombo for a long time, but I don't think it's an easy place to be when you want to do something. There's always going to be stories, there's always going to be people creating some kind of conversation. How was it when you created this Ganu Denu topic, and were people all for it, or did they say it's not going to work?
There was lots of, I don't know, it's not going to work, people are going to steal you, no other people, no child, that sort of thing. But I kept sharing, and so did our team members, Dee, that we have to believe in the goodness in people. And I'm not going to not move forward just because of the fears, that we really truly believe in the goodness in people, to be kind, to share, and that, like you talked about, the dansala, that what is already with us as a community, I believe in that, not to focus on what can go wrong.
Any brands that have said no to it, what have been their reasons?
Some, understandably, are concerned about people from different demographics coming into their establishments. They've spent a lot in a certain positioning, but we've also had brands who found ways around that by saying, maybe this is not possible for us to do as a eat-in option, but we're happy to give it as a takeaway. So some people have found ways around it, some find it a little challenging, but it's okay. I think the conversation is really important for us to talk about what the blocks we have in trying to be kind or generous in spirit.
In terms of hotels, we're all able to approach them because there's so much of waste that comes out of each hotel every single day of buffets.
Yes, we have, and being a hotelier, I know it's quite sad, but the problem is, I think, for legal reasons, food poisoning, it's food that has to be moved, then how it's going to be transported, that all has a
part to play in the decision.
So each hotel does their own way of feeding. We have spoken to some of them, and they have their own programs that's going on.
Right.
But if any way they can join us in some way, we have told them to support, But with small establishments, it's much easier for us
to work with them.
Now,
there's always this problem in Sri Lanka. They always say, that is a common thing. People judge you by the car you drive here. They judge you by whether you have, what watch you wear, whether it's fake or real. It is there, and sometimes you get judged by the people who may not even have that, and they're like, and especially valet parking. Like, I've gone through it because the car is definitely smaller than me at times. So they're like, so we go through such very, what can I say, baseless issues. How do you all tackle those when those cards have been thrown at you all?
Right now, it hasn't been, honestly, Danu, like she said, we are looking only from a positive eye.
Yeah.
We are vibrating in that energy without thinking of all those things. And honestly, no, those are points you mentioned, but I'm trying not to think. We try not to think. We are like, no, there is goodness. And believe it or not, Danu, it's been a very few people, and it's been very little comments here and there. But overall, I'm actually shocked at the amount of people who have supported. For example, having my hotel, like the social media people who I've worked with, they came on board. They said, "Dee, ඕන එකක් කරලා දෙන්නම් මේකට නම් ender, because we needed some translations.
Logo design or whatever.
Promo box came forward. They said, I'll do anything. Epa apita salli onne api kala denna. She got the next person who's sitting at a desk from another office, Tamil speaking, to do a video for me and to do the... So it's just, there is goodness and it will come together, we believe.
Even the criticisms or even those wanting to really ask, how does this work, and I don't think it's going to work, those are really important for us to keep tweaking to make sure that
the final product is going to be solid.
Yes. And a model that works for everyone, where they can come into at whichever level they're comfortable. So part of those conversations ended up being that we give another option instead of the jar of option B, which is you collect whatever the donations and you allocate to whatever feeding initiative of your choice.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a sit-in in your restaurant. It could be to a school breakfast program. It could be to a church feeding program. And that's, you know, whatever the establishment chooses, as opposed to us saying it has to go to this location.
Actually, malnourishment is at a huge level in Sri Lanka these days, especially children who go to school, because there is a government program where they give food. They give you dal, mixed paripu, rice and an egg, if not a piece of fish or whatever. And some schools don't even have that facility. And there, in a school, you'll always have the ones who will get on from a car to somebody who has scraped, borrowed, to somehow send them to this school. So you have such a big gap, and that boy or girl who is on the lower spectrum can never ask, unfortunately.
And so something also about protecting the dignity, as well as sharing, and that's why, to break this stigma that it's only for the very needy, it's for the very poor, I think we need to put that aside. It's for whoever who is hungry.
That is true, 100%. Let's get into a little fun segment from that. Now that we have spoken about that, now information given, now let's go into something more interesting. And this segment, we call it Kinky. We're actually asking such normal questions. Our friends at Midnight Divas will just spice up your evenings or any free time. All right. Question number 1. Because you run a hotel as well, I'm going to ask you this. What would an erotic vacation look like for you?
Goodness.
She's like...
Very planned. Timely.
Remove, proceed, wipe,
5
clean,
o'clock.
wash.
5 o'clock, take off your shirt. 5:50.
Okay, understand.
Discipline.
Yeah. Now done, we have time up now. Keep that for another day.
Activities ended, 22 past.
Okay, Shobi. Is there a sexy song that tends to get you in the mood?
Ayo. Sexy song.
Or anything sexy that sort of gets you in the mood? For me, it's Easy Miyake.
That's not a sexy song.
It's a sexy smell.
A smell.
Yeah.
Yes, I think more smell
Okay,
than
tell me
song. Maybe Fahrenheit. Yes.
I must say Dee was very good with the answer. You are actually just like very vanilla, man, Shobi. You are just, I don't know what you did. How did you make the kids?
Everything.
No, you must have just sat and played.
Oh, so I get it.
Yeah, you get it.
Oh, my goodness.
You'll really like it. There are some whips and all.
Oh, my goodness.
So, for your planned evening.
My planned, well-disciplined evening.
Getaway, yeah. You can add the props as well to it.
Thank you, Danu.
No worries. Let's get into a break. We'll see you on the other side. Do stick around. It's a date with Danu. Did some digging, and I just realized that Shobana has a terrible Facebook account. But I must say, Dee has a fabulous one. So let's go through some photographs. I just want you all to share the memories, all right?
My kids!
I know, and they are way bigger now, right?
Yes,
Yeah. But please explain, how do they have afro hair?
because their dad is African American.
Are they very close?
Yes, they are.
You must be the one who let them sleep in and all, no?
Little bit like that, yeah.
You're supposed to also tell me where this was taken, like create a moment, like.
Oh, sorry. I didn't
You also looked at the
realize.
picture and just kept quiet.
I was like, oh, it's very cute, very cute. Actually, this was on a trip to Knuckles. Dumbalagala Chalet.
Long years
time
ago.
Yes.
Yes. He came for a...
He's interesting.
he is. He's very interesting. He came for a corporate...
Training, right?
Corporate training, yes. And I had to take it. Isn't it cute?
Yeah. Kind of look alike.
Yeah, exactly.
Dee, from today, I'm like your best friend, okay? I want more details.
Oh, those were my crazy Hawaiian days.
And
And one of my very good friends.
both of your skin looks like stunning.
Thank you. Young,
filter,
no,
no?
young, no. That was it. But filters those
But
days.
filter those days, no?
Yes. Hawaii days.
And who is
Aloha.
this person?
He was like my brother to me.
Oh, is he
Yes.
still amongst the living?
He is happily married.
All right, okay, fine. Thanks for adding that information into this.
No longer the best friend.
Yeah,
Click.
definitely out.
So
That
that
I'm also there.
yes. So that was another little thing we do called. It was Grace that brought me home.
Okay.
So we've been having. It was started by Natasha Ratnaik and me.
Right.
And we wanted to do this thing called praise and poetry.
Right.
So maybe like 2 or 3 times a year. We're planning to do more of it, where we all get together, a group of us, and we do poetry and prayer and
Okay.
praise. Just an evening.
Just to say thanks for the blessings.
Yes. So
And
right.
sing. Would
and
you like
sing.
to join us?
Beautiful. Next time you must come
You
for
sing?
this.
Yeah. Why do you look so surprised?
So yes, this is another event that we do.
They don't judge you for your singing, right?
No, so we don't really sing. It's
I like how
Natasha
she
who's
quickly moved on
No.
from that.
So we get so Natasha has been singing.
Yeah,
Anya
because she
sang.
can sing, no?
They can sing.
Yeah.
No?
I also
But
can
they
sing.
encourage us to sing for sure.
But
so
you
I
know,
have been told not to sing. Yes.
We can all sing, Shobi. There's a problem. Hitting the note.
That's the problem.
Enjoy,
The moment.
Yes.
Yes.
And ruin everyone else's. I must say, these photographs are beautiful.
Oh yes.
Yes, that's for a retreat coming up.
Tell me about it. What
and
is this pose that you're doing here?
This pose is for the heart chakra. Yes.
Tell me, what's the retreat about?
Retreat, it's just a reset, middle of the year at Wallowa Teardrop Hotels. Dee's doing sound bowl healings. I'm leading the yoga classes. And it's just one night to get away, not so far away from Colombo, to talk about lifestyle choices.
So it's
do
for
some
anyone?
breathing. It's for anyone. It's for anyone, for any level. And we'd like to have you also if you'd like to come.
Yoga makes you very flexible.
Yes.
What's the point of becoming flexible if I have no reason for it?
I don't know. There were people here in these pictures that you liked and all.
You look very political here, I must say. Huh?
Who's this?
Yes, that was we did.
This
Rice
is
You have a
from
real, like, you
No,
know,
it was,
like Chandedana kind of a look.
Yeah.
My gosh, Chi, no. This was one of those, like
Well,
that
you look
SLS, what was it?
We gave rice, like the rice bucket.
It was
thing.
that challenge
Yes.
thing. You had to post a picture. That's why there was a picture.
Yeah. So we did like pay it forward. So someone gave a rice bucket and took a picture, and then you gave a rice bucket.
So you all have been doing this for a long time without
Yes.
having a name for it.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love this picture too.
I know. I'm the one who said to take in that location, by the way.
So that's my
Beautiful
other
picture.
passion, playing my soundboard.
Right. You know what? A wardrobe that I really like to steal is the two of yours. Yeah. Like I would like this sari as well. To like do like a dhoti kind of a situation.
yeah.
I might take it after this.
Okay,
Because you have a giving heart.
Yes.
Oh, that was Holi.
At Holi, my goodness.
Long time ago.
2010, 11.
That was a wonderful Holi.
And who is
that was
this?
fun. That's
That
our
is
friend
Dole.
Dole.
Arshad Dole.
Yeah.
I hope
you-
he's watching.
Yes.
His pitch has been like shown.
Yeah. Fun time.
You tell him, okay?
Yeah, I will tell him.
That it kind of starts with that. Well, on that note, we need to wrap things up. But I must say thank you so very much for being here. Go support this very selfless project that's done for everyone. It's called Ganu, Denu. And the best part is sometimes even we might not have. At that time, we can always go back and take something that somebody else has given for us. I'm saying this before we close this show because I was brought up by my mum, and her salary at that time was 3,500 when she was a teacher and we were very young. And our house rent was 1,750. So we lived with the rest. So there was a limit that we can actually do. And I still remember the first day I ate a pizza slice. My aunt took me, and I dreamt about that commercial for one whole week to see if the cheese will stretch. It never stretched. But for somebody from the outside world, oh, he went to St. Peter's College. Oh, why would he be like trying so hard to have a slice of pizza? When I had to have my first packeted milk that came out with a word every day on it. I had to walk home for 30 days because it's 50 cents for us to come home, so that I will be able to collect it. So these are little stories that I have. There are so many people like that, and we can make a little what can I say? A little hope, or we can add a little shine to their day, just so that they can have a smile, and you will never know how much it can make their day. So I'm saying this, thank you so very much. A lot of people must be so grateful that there is this project happening.
Definitely.
I'm so glad that there's so many people to join hands to make this happen, and to all the partner restaurants who've come on board and who've also extended a further discount on the purchases, which make it possible.
Yeah.
So
if you have a restaurant and if you want to reach out, you can reach out on their page.
Yes, at Ganu Denu SL on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sure it's only Dee who is going to answer that.
hello.
And at the same time, if you are someone who is in need, reach out, speak to them and ask, is there a place I can take my kids or whatever? They'll be happy to help. All right, on that note, we need to wrap things up. Thank you so very much for being so giving, so kind. We will see you soon with another episode of Date with Danu. Till then, keep smiling.
In this dark night, it's too hard for me to say now if the rays of hope will shine again someday, and if I might be spared as the tempest starts to swell. At this point, it's just too dark to tell. Was the stars guiding me to God's shores now? Was the devil set me free?